a recording.
Here we go. So what's exciting about this is that we actually started researching, the companies are researching the people behind it, and started hearing about this David Schmidt person and started realizing, again, I love people like this. You look and think people like, like that invent different stuff. I mean, that create different things. There's scientists, inventors, stuff like that. Well, so he's the CEO inventor of the X39 patch, basically over 130 patents. He stopped counting at like 133. Scientists and inventors, specializes in age reversing. In 2008, David focused his attention on stem cell research and basically took the next decade, basically 10 years and $4.5 million to bring this product to market. And so what's interesting about this is that it's a patented product. It's something that's really taken the world by storm, and the company is blown up because it literally does something that people are praying for, which is activates our stem cells. And oh, let's keep moving forward. There we go.
So it is a patented technology, and if you know anything about patents, I understand from my colleagues that are patent attorneys, it's very specialized industry, and it takes a lot of time and research to actually have a patent that is eventually going to be registered. So it's a lot of money and a lot of research and also a lot of work. So this product was patented in July of 2020, and the number, it's a legal document. The number on that is 107169553B1. If you look at the website, thisitit.info.com, you will see this patent. You can read all 31 pages if you want, but in all honesty, they would never have put anything in this patent if David Schmidt could not prove after all the research that it was doing these things. And that is why I like to read this excerpt, because no one can deny it. It's actually in this registered legal document. It says it causes a beneficial effect, at least by providing phototherapy to a human body, and for example, in some embodiments as a result of elevating copper peptide, including activation of stem cells, improvements in energy, elevation of antioxidants, reduction in inflammation, management of pain, improvements in stamina, elevation of collagen production, improved wound healing. Now, I think some of you on here have told me that you've seen some of these things happen. Yeah. We know that we are experiencing all of this. And so, that is why we share. We want people to understand and to know that there is something that is so natural, and we will continue to explain that.
Yeah. And so what's neat about this is that, once again, a lot of people don't even know this. I didn't know this. Maybe you're one of the unique persons, because I still haven't found anyone that literally said, oh yeah, I understand this a little bit, but never is this taught that literally we've got all these stem cells in our body that basically start literally repairing, fixing everything else. So you think about how babies grow and how we all grow. Once again, the stem cells are basically the cells that actually repair, build, and grow things on that. So when you think about by the time you're 30, you have half the activity that you have that basically when you were younger. And by the time you're 60, you have 5 to 10% maybe. And that's based upon lifestyle and everything else. And what's kind of crazy is that's why the gray hair, that's why the wrinkles, that's why all the different stuff. But what happens when you start elevating copper peptides, one of the number one things it does is actually activate stem cells. And so on the website, on This Is It info, it actually has a link to pubmed.gov that literally has over 140 different case studies that have been doing since 1970 on basically GHK copper peptides, and how that actually is one that says it's a holy grail of anti-aging because of what it does. And so when you understand that, along with what we're doing, you can understand some of the different things that have happened. And I've got over 20 different things that have changed in my life because of utilizing this amazing product. So did you want?
So how X39 works, it's a proprietary form of phototherapy. And all that is explained in thisitit.info.com. Patented nanocrystal technology. So all natural sugars and salts that were created in a lab in Ireland by David Schmidt, the founder and inventor, reflects light to activate, not transdermal, not invasive. So it doesn't put anything into our bodies. Very, very natural. No drugs, chemicals, or stimulants, and it's not invasive. And we have to make this disclaimer that it's not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition.
Yeah. And so, like Mena mentioned, the actual when they talk about the nanocrystals that are actually in this product. And I'll show you this real quick. That might be easier. I'm going to peel this back. And so you can kind of see it a little bit, but there's basically organic nanocrystals that are basically here. All this other plastic part is sticky part to keep it to us. But those organic nanocrystals are actually made from plants, organic plants, basically salts, sugars, things like that. But literally the way that is explained is that imagine our body's heat and light. We are literally emitting heat and light all day long. That's what happens. And so if you ever look at the infrared scans and different things like that, we emit light. So what happens, our body's heat and light hit the patch and reverse back in. The certain frequency reverses back in. That's what took 10 years to basically figure out the right frequency, figure out the right thing to actually reflect back and actually activate our own GHK kappa peptides that activate our stem cells. But the same thing that you think about light therapy, if we go out in the sun, we live here in Florida, I always tell people short bursts of sun is actually pretty good because when you go outside, the sun actually hits our skin and elevates things in our body. Most people think of vitamin D. Well, you think about vitamin D, it's not like the sun is pushing out vitamin D. It's the frequency from the sun that hits our skin that elevates these things in our body. God's created our body to heal and actually be able to do a lot of amazing things. Regenerate and all kinds of stuff. And people have said this is the best regen product they've ever seen. Mm-hmm. And so the cool thing about this is that when we talk to people about this, they start understanding a little bit more and more and more. And that's why we have the websites that explain a little bit more about it. So this is a brain scan that actually a 77-year-old woman, this is one of hundreds of different brain scans that they've done, but basically placed the X39 on the back of her neck and did a study basically over a period of time. And they said session 1, when they did the brain scan, the person who does these scans said, this is pretty normal. We see this all the time. People that are aging, people that have inflammation in the brain, that lack brain coherence and are forgetting things, the memory, all kinds of stuff like that, brain fog. And so he said that's normal. Well, when they put the patch on her, she started doing it every day. Basically, wearing the patch 12 hours a day, taking it off, throwing it out. We'll explain that. Literally what happened in 3 weeks. Look at the scan here. The scan, the first one was basically red and orange, everything else. That's inflammation. Look 3 weeks later, what's missing? Mostly orange and red. It's not even right there, but that's it. So the crazy part about that, once again, no more inflammation, improved brain coherence in 3 weeks. The guy who's doing the scans, he said, I've never seen anything like this. 3 weeks later, they said, this is basically what it looks like when you balance your brain. He said, now her brain is balanced, better brain coherence, complete and total turnaround within 6 weeks. That is amazing. And they got so many different studies that they've done and so many different things when they talk to people about this, that we understand that this is something that physically changes when they do blood work, when they do urine analysis, all these other things. They got other kind of scanners that just show over and over and over how this actually helps tremendously.
So the benefits of X39, and we personally have experienced absolutely everything on these lists. Increased strength, reduced inflammation. We hear that from a lot of our friends. Increased stamina. We heard that from an elderly gentleman last night. Yep. I mean, he called me out of, where was he? Not St. Louis, no, Illinois. Illinois. And first time I've spoken to him, and he's been using the product for about 2 weeks, not even. And he said, oh my goodness, that I think he's 84, 85. He's retired real estate, very, 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 what's the word I'm looking for? Successful. And he said, oh, he has no idea where all this energy is coming from. So increased stamina, energy and vitality, mental clarity, just being able to remember why you walked into a room, restored muscle and skeletal conditions. And we're hearing that a lot from people. Improvement of sleep, my biggest blessing. Honestly, I'm so blessed to be able to sleep without worrying about it and waking up and lying awake all night. And, you need to sleep well in order for healing to happen in your body. If you're not sleeping well, it's affecting you in every way. Improved skin appearance. And we are seeing that and hearing that from a lot of people, not only just the fine lines and wrinkles, but things like, challenges like teenagers have and people, eczema and things like that. So achieving an optimal a state of optimal health, complete physical, mental, and social well-being.
Yeah, and it's amazing. We were just we went on an incentive trip actually to Cancun, Mexico, with all these different people, and it was funny. All of them talked about how much better and everything. And I saw a couple people. I said, "You look younger since the last time I've seen you," excluding Steve Merritt and some of the people we're talking to. It's amazing how what they talk about and basically having all these different things makes a huge difference. But the biggest parts of this is what happens within the first few days and even long-term results. So you can look at this once again, all on thisisit.info.com. But the very first thing they talk about, within a few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset to a younger state. I still don't understand this. I'm not a doctor, not a scientist. When we talk to people about this, they've scientifically proven this over and over and over. And most people think of different things that help reset genes, like resveratrol. Resveratrol is actually in red wine, and they're now adding it to supplements and things like that. And people talk about, oh my gosh, this is amazing, it's amazing. Well, that resets 2 genes. This resets 4,000. So I think that's a little bit more different. So your body goes into a reboot. So the same way that if your computer kind of bogs down as you're working on your computer, and you're like, do you just keep on working on it, hoping that's going to get better? Or do you say, you know what, I think it's time for a reboot? In fact, my computer, I should have rebooted it before I got on here because I've got so much stuff open right now. I noticed that it was glitching just a little bit. So within 6 weeks, your brain becomes balanced. You saw the illustration of that once again with the brain scans. Within 3 months, collagen levels increased. Your own natural collagen levels increase, not by taking drinks and supplements and powders and all this other kind of stuff that people do right now. Collagen's everywhere. People know that the importance of it, and they know it's something that's wonderful. But imagine your own collagen level increase, and we've seen that in both of us. It's like, oh my goodness. So when you think about all the different areas of your body that actually are very important, collagen's muy importante, as they say in Spanish. So actually, it's 6 months. Heart reverses an age. That is the most important thing besides our brain is our heart, right? It actually keeps the blood pumping and everything else. Well, they said the average age reversal is 8 years within 6 months, based upon all the studies they've done. And that's average. Some people do even better. So I'm 53. I keep on saying I'm 36 now. So because we've been using the product for about 18 months. So when you understand that once again, he even says this in here, he said, this is not anti-aging. This is age reversing. And they prove it over and over and over with science. And I tell people, you need to experience this product. I was telling we got some friends who are at church with us, and I said, you have to use this product. I'm just telling you right now, he goes, okay, well, I got to talk to my wife so we can get some. But I'm just telling people all the time, I'm like, this is a game changer. It's absolutely phenomenal. So how we wear this patch, basically it's 12 hours on, 12 hours off. So the patch I just had.
Oh, sorry.
She put it somewhere. Let's just pull it. We'll show you. It comes in a sleeve of 30. So what you do is just reach in and grab one. I think it fell on the ground. I don't know. So anyway, so it's so funny. But anyway, it comes in a sleeve like this. But once again, this patch itself, when you peel and stick, I can't talk today. The 2 primary places that you put the patch, say that 10 times fast. The primary place you put the patch is actually on the back of your neck and below your belly button. We like that fun. So anyway, so what's interesting about this is that when you put those certain places, those are called hot spots, but you can put it anywhere. If you had a shoulder issue, you can put it there. I tell my friends to wear it on their forehead because they got some brain damage. So all these different things that I tell people all the time, kind of joking about it, but when you start activating it, that's what they recommend. Once again, you put it on for 12 hours. My regimen's 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Take it off. Throw it out, put a new one on the next day. So this morning my alarm went off. I was actually doing my prayer time. And it was pretty amazing because normally my previous job would interrupt my prayer time. So I had my prayer time and I said, okay, well, let me put it on 5 minutes. 5 minutes later, put the patch on, right? Then basically tonight, 9 o'clock, I'm gonna take it off, throw it out. And then the other thing is just to repeat that over and over and over and just drink lots of agua, lots of good water. Once again, we recommend mineral water, water that has actually electrolytes in it. That helps with any kind of detox and things like that because your body goes in reboot. So sometimes people have a little bit of a detox. Some people have a heavier detox. Some people we know they've had a heavier one and we just recommended more and more minerals. And that really made a huge difference where they couldn't hardly detox and now they can. So it's been a huge thing. In fact, she was just saying last night, she never could eat gluten. Now she can eat it twice a week, normally like on a Monday and a Thursday or a Tuesday and a Friday or something, as long as she separates it by that, where she couldn't do that before. That's huge in itself. Yeah, that's huge just in itself. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So there's so many different amazing, awesome testimonials that we could talk about. And again, I'm going to actually show you where some of the testimonials are so you can take a look at them yourself because I want to share them with you. I'm going to share just one quick little testimonial, but I'm going to share with you some things beforehand. But the very first thing I think interesting is all these doctors that are like jumping on board. They go, this is amazing. This is a plastic surgeon here in Tampa, world renowned. He has people fly in from all the world because he uses very specific lasers that literally remove layers of skin. So he does facial and specifically eyelid plastic surgery, but layers of skin. And what it does is it talks about that. He said, normally when they do that, the healing process on that is normally 5 to 7 weeks minimum. There's someone that's a part of our team. She said one of her friends used him and it did a great job, but her healing time was a lot longer than that. So he said that kind of average. He heard about the patch and started using it right after procedures, started getting a better result. But he said, I bet if I use it prior to, so now they do 30 days prior to actually doing any procedure. It's a protocol for every single client he has. They're now using the patch every day on and off, 12 hours on, 12 hours off every day. And the healing time now is 7 to 10 days. Think
Yeah.
about this, 7 to 10 days compared to 5 to 7 weeks minimum.
Yeah.
And just amazing healings. Dr. Stillman is like another doctor who's actually with us in Cancun. Phenomenal, just like one of these kind of guys that just super, studies everything. Young guy, but Lily understands this stuff. He's a specialist in light therapy. He's got hundreds of thousands of dollars of machinery where people will come to him and really spend a lot of money to lay on a machine that gives it high intensive light. And he said, what's this little thing going to do? And when he started researching it and started seeing what all the different benefits from it, he said, well, let's try it with some of the patients. And he was blown away by the results. And his interview's right on our site. This is at info.com.
Yeah.
And the interesting part about that is he talks about, he said, this works better than a lot of other things because it's low light therapy, basically what they call low stimulation for basically a longer period of time instead of high concentration stimulation for a short period of time. And it just works phenomenally. So other things we see with people, once again, you'll notice that once again, I tell people all the time, do before and afters. We got several people on here that have done before and afters. They say, keep on taking pictures every, 1 month, 3 months, 90 days, 6 months, 12 months. So here's someone who did that. And again, I look at her prior and I look at her here. She looks like a younger sister. That's the way I looked at her. Now she looks like a daughter. This is her today. Now, again, this is just an example of the long-term benefit. Someone goes, well, do I have to wear this forever? I know I am. I don't know about you, but we're going on a down escalator, and I'd like to actually be going the other direction, if you know what I mean. And we're doing that now, which is pretty cool. So other people, again, here's a guy who was working on the rafters, fell through the ceiling, Lily, broke 6 ribs, punctured his lung, extreme discomfort. You talk about expected recovery, minimum of 6 weeks. He was back to work in 3 weeks. Look at the dates here, the 17th through the 30th. That's 13-day difference. And this is just one of multiple different ones. Other people have different things, every kind of ailment you can possibly imagine. We could go on and on and on. That was one of the things that Mena had. So Lily, we were holding hands on the way to church yesterday, and she wouldn't let me do it before because her hands were always itchy and scaly and blistering and all that kind of stuff. So other people, I could go on and on. We could do hundreds of these. But again, the one thing that I want to do is I'm going to stop sharing for 1 minute. And I am going to share something with you because I want people to see this, because this is muy importante. And I don't know if I have it. I got to actually open this up first. There we go. And now I should be able to share this. Let's go back out of this. And hopefully I'll be able to share my screen. There we go. So hopefully everybody can see it. There we go. So this is our team website that we use. Basically all this information that's in here, but then we have actually our...
So this is an info.
Dang it. Let me stop for a second. I actually had it.
The team.
Yeah, this is an info up, I thought. And I must have moved it. So I put in the other one. So this is an info. So this is an info, has on there all kinds of testimonials. And I got to make sure I got this loaded too.
Have you shared it?
Give me 1 second, not yet. Give me 1 second here, sorry. 1 moment, please. Okay, here we go. Actually, I'll just share the one here. So the one thing that that's on here, again, that's not what I wanted to share. Why is this doing this? I am sharing. I'm so used to doing this, and for some reason, it's not sharing my desktop. Let me do it this way. Hopefully you can see this. There we go. So this is it info. There we go. So this is it info is the website we use basically with all the kind of information in here. In here, it's got all the different things that you're going to want to take a look at, including the PubMed.gov articles, the patents, the case studies, everything in here. Once again, the video from Dr. Stillman. But the other part that I always want to point out is the testimonials. The testimonials in here are all these different testimonials from all these different things, and they're adding more and more and more and more. So someone was talking about mental clarity. Someone was talking about, asthma, different things, or dental and sleep and all these things. You can go right here to This Is It Info and look at these different testimonies and they're adding more and more and more. Some of you that may be on here that have had actually a testimonial, you want to create a testimonial and send this to them so that you can do that. I've also got a YouTube channel that basically has, here we go. Come on. View. I told you I should have rebooted my computer. I'm telling you that right now. Say we're not gonna be able to do this. So let me stop sharing.
That's fine. No worries.
So,
but anyway,
yeah.
the bottom line is the testimonials are there on thisisatinfo.com.
Yep.
So if anybody's asking you anything, you want to go check there to see if there's a testimonial that would benefit them. We're always sharing when we hear a good testimony, we're always sharing with everyone, but we're not getting to everybody. So those of you who are brand new on here, if you have not seen the website, thisisatinfo.com, you want to take a look at that, and you want to go look at all the information on there, because this is going to give you as much information as you want or as little information as you want.
Yeah.
It's your decision.
And if you go to type in my name on YouTube, just Greg Warmbier, it's a very unique name. So once again, I've only got one channel, so put that in there. You'll be able to see a lot of testimonials. That was one I was going to play, but I knew I should have rebooted my computer because I'm thinking to myself going, why is things stopping and not working? So again, we have so many different testimonials that we talk about, but again, that's one part that we really want to share with you is how you access that. Is once again, this is at info.com at the very top. You can click on testimonials, go there. You can see the patents, you can see the studies, everything else. And this is once again a snippet from that itself. So what we're going to do is basically,
we're transitioning now to the high level business overview. You know, what's in it? I mean, what is in it for us? First and foremost, he got quality of life.
Yeah.
He doesn't have pain after 3 days of using the product. He hasn't been back to his chiropractor since August of September of 2022. That's a long time, and he still isn't calling his
I used to
chiropractor.
spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month on all kinds of therapies and everything else.
And then the other thing is we've been able to share this with our friends and family, and we are hearing all their testimonies, and that just gives us hope and wants us to share with the next person, because we don't know who is praying for a miracle.
Yep.
They literally are at their wits' end, and we hear this a lot from people, is I have nothing to lose but to try this. Like, what are they going to lose? It's not invasive, not transdermal. It's not going to affect the medication that they are already on.
Yes.
So
it's all natural.
It's
your
like
own bodies, your own bodies.
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And then the exciting thing is there's also an opportunity to have to use this for 30 days, a 30-day money-back guarantee. And so we're going to talk to those of you who have an interest in the financial aspect of this. Like, is there something for me here? Well, there is.
Yeah. And so there's two different things that people think about. One thing is their dreams, their goals, the things they want, and then also things they don't want, you know, and that was for us. My main driver was something I did not want. And there was literally, I wanted to be, first of all, out of pain, but I also wanted to be out of my job. And that's being very serious. I love what I did. I was very good at it. I, again, just got to the point where I don't like a leash, even one leash, and the leash was getting stronger and thicker, and I didn't like that. So one thing that for me, Lily, back in January, we both talked about this, prayed to God about it, and Lily released me so I fired my job. So most people get fired from their job. I fired my job and said, I'm making more money part-time than you can pay me full-time. So no mas. That was the number one thing for me. Freedom, 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 freedom. If you love that idea, it can happen for you. It took 14 months for us to basically replace my six-figure income. Basically, when you understand that idea, it's very exciting where things are going. But a lot of people say, well, I don't want to be away from my family. I'd like to spend time with my family. I don't want my kids to go to daycare. I'd like to be able to have them be able to stay home for me. I don't like the idea of not having time. I want to have time. Some people are saying, I don't like the idea of all this stress and all this stuff with all this increased pricing and everything that's going on with inflation. I like security. And some people say, well, I don't want all the ailments that I have. I'd rather have better health. And some people are like, I'd like to have more time so I can just travel. So we've been doing so much traveling. It is awesome. And
what if you could travel for free?
Yeah. Incentive trips are amazing when you actually qualify for something and they give you free trips. I think we're going to take 4 or 5 this year. I mean, it's pretty amazing if you understand all that. And a big thing for a lot of people is no debt. Less debt is good. I'm going to put a big X mark there and say no, you know, because no debt is being debt free is what a lot of people want. People are just like, I don't want any debt. So if you like the idea and you can make it and we can teach you how to make some extra money, this part's for you. So one thing that the company itself is a 19-year-old company. They're actually celebrating their 20th year in October of this year. And it's interesting that if you understand the growth they've had, they basically had all these other products prior to the X39. When they launched this product, literally everything changed. So basically in the past, 4 years, they've gone from basically 20 million to 320. And last year they did basically about 430 million. Right now, they're basically doing about $500 million. Their projections are do a lot more than that and probably $1 billion next year. So when you understand they're open now in 76 countries, they just opened up South Korea. So if anybody knows anyone in South Korea, knows any connections, we'd like to talk to you about that. But again, the part we love too is that this is not a Me Too product. And what we mean by that, there's a lot of great companies out there, a lot of great ways you can make money. I got friends of mine that have all kinds of businesses, but even different things in like this industry. You got people that have a lot of nutritional products, weight loss products, CBD, essential oils, vitamins, supplements, hair stuff, whatever, all these kind of things. We have a gal that we know that does all these nail things. Great. That's awesome. But there's nothing like this. When we tell people about a stem cell activation patch, they look for it and they go, how do I get that? Where'd you get that from? I mean, seriously, 9 out of 10, that's why our business is exploding all around the world, because if you just mention this, That's why we're putting together this meeting, because we want people to hear more about this, you know, and that's where we're real excited about. So how this bunny, well, actually, I got to go over this first, because they got a brand new slide showing this, but it's again, our company is the #1 momentum ranking, which means that the fastest growing company. When a lot of the companies are basically going down or just stagnated, ours is rocket ship. I mean, it's literally growing by leaps and bounds. It's caught a lot of attention of a lot of people, and we have people in this industry that are going, we'd like to be a part of your team. It's very, very exciting what's going on, but also our team. The blue line is our team. The green line is the sales basically in 2023. But we look at our team, we've actually surpassed it and growing faster than the company itself, which means we're at more and more and more people that are part of our team that's growing, and it's so exciting. So how we make this money is very simple. It really, really is. If you love the idea of helping people, and you love the idea of sharing with people, I guarantee you, some of you right now are thinking of people, you know, you go, man, I know someone's got, you know, he's got a limp, he's got hip pain, he's got knee pain, he's got this, he's got that. I know somebody who says they're talking about brain fog or long COVID and all these different things. It's amazing how many people you talk to, but then there's other people that we know, they're very, very good. They're doing good, but they want optimal performance. They're taking all kinds of supplements and shakes and everything else. You'd be shocked at the difference by putting a stem cell activation patch on, the actual recovery time you have, and also the acceleration, and actually the workouts that you get. We're having people hit their personal best and everything they're doing because they're using this product. And it's just, it's amazing.
Yeah, we heard from someone yesterday about, you know, they're not a personal trainer, but they lift weights and they're taking steroids. That is so bad for one's body. How much more better to use something that's natural, that can give them even better results than what they're getting with the steroids.
Yeah. And so the part with this is that when we share this with people, some people are interested from a product standpoint, great. And we have other people that are interested from a business standpoint. A lot of people are both. They're saying, no, I'm interested in product and also the business. So it's as simple from a business standpoint and just knowing for people to go what's called manager. And this becomes the building block. So we put 2 people on the right team, 2 people on the left team. You're already going to be placed in as a team. So you're going to have people above you that are actually going to be placing people underneath you automatically, because you got a bunch of people above you. So it's amazing how this binary works. We never built what's called a binary before. We love it. This is amazing because we get credit for what everybody else is doing. So we actually have been in this industry for a long time. We've never seen a compensation plan like this. And other people who've made a ton of money are like, this is the best compensation they've ever seen. Because this is only one of 4 ways to make money. But even as a manager, at basically finding for and helping others and growing it from there, you can make up to $1,500 US per week. About 30,000 Rand per week. Sheesh. So 30,000 Rand per week. The interesting part is that once you help someone become a manager on the right, help someone become a manager left, you become what's known as a director, and you can make up to $2,500 a week. Again, it's pretty amazing how that grows all the way to $25,000 a week. So what happens is that you start basically with, once again, you can max out only at $100 a week from the binary if you're not a manager yet. Obviously a big leap. Let's help people go manager, help people bring on 4 people. We got several people. Even my daughter looks like they'll be manager today, which is pretty awesome. Once again, and then helping them do the exact same thing, helping them become director. Find a manager on the right, help a manager on the left become a director. Help a director on the right, director on the left, you become a senior director. Executive directors, where we've hit this, we're literally about like this close to basically presidential director, which is awesome. And then we got people that have worked with us, including my friend Ken, that basically is, you know, become senior presidential director and is making all kinds of money. I'll just put it that way. It's pretty phenomenal. So the second biggest way that we make money is actually what's called a matching bonus. This is unlimited. It's absolutely huge. And so what I want to do is kind of share with you what happens is that you say, hey, I know someone, say you got a brother, sister, cousin, aunt, whatever, that's interested in the product. Well, great. They may be just interested in the product, but imagine you have someone that also says, I'm interested in building a business. As they build the business, now what happens is that you actually get 25% of their binary bonus. So if we help them make an extra, let's say, well, use this one here. We help them say they make an extra $1,000 a month. They're not quite maxing this out, make $1,000 a month. Now what happens? You make $250 a month. So if they're making $1,000 a week, you make $250 a week. As they grow, you grow. Now, again, you have unlimited amount of people that you can put in personally on the right or personally on the left. And you just put them at the bottom of wherever that's at. And as people put people in, they put them on the bottom of the right, bottom of the left, and it starts growing like crazy. Well, what happens here is that now these people are like, I know people that got dreams and got goals and things they don't want anymore. You know, they talk to people. So let's assume that they find some people do the same thing. Say each of these people, say they found, let's just say 10 people, and each of them are making even $1,000 a month. Now you're making 20% off of these 10 people. Now, what happens is these people go, I know people have dreams. I know people have things that they don't want. Can we help them too? Absolutely. Now they got people do the same thing. You can see how things start accelerating. I'm going to use an example of my friend Ken. He said, it's okay if I use this. He's the one that got us involved. He's making well over $10,000 a week. Let's use example 10,000. Let's just say $10,000 a week. You brought him in. Imagine if you sponsored my friend Ken, you brought him in, you're making $2,500 a week from just him. Now he's sponsored like 150, 160, 170 people. I don't even know exactly how many, but once again, we're one of them. So imagine making 20% of what we're doing and 20% of all those other people. Now what happens is that we've sponsored like 175 plus people. So imagine making 20% off of what we've done. This is how people are making over 100,000 US dollars a week. I paused there because I want that to sink in, because I want you to understand that. Some people don't think that big. Some people are like, oh, that's just pie in the sky, whatever. No, there are a lot of people that are doing that. I mean, and I say it's not like millions of people doing this, but there's a lot of people that are doing this, and it's possible because it's just a matter of, it's not based upon your efforts, it's based upon other people's efforts. We got people that are part of our business that are exploding right now. They got so many people that are getting involved because they're like, this is amazing. It's helping so many people.
Yeah.
So the part that I tell people is that, even going back to the example of even this, would an extra $1,500 even a month make a difference in your life right now? Let's lose 30,000 Rand for those in South Africa. Would an extra 30,000 Rand per month make a significant difference in your life? If so, what way? And then what if we could help you do that per week? What, an extra 30,000 Rand per week, an extra $15 a week for people doing this?
Or an extra 900 euros for those out of Europe. Would that be helpful?
Yeah.
I mean, I think everybody now is looking for a little bit extra because of inflation. I think, I don't think there's any country where they're not experiencing that. So I reached out to someone today and I'm like, who do you know that's looking for a second income, a side hustle? Who needs to make some extra money? And she said, oh my goodness, I know so many people. So we all know someone. And that's the beauty of this. It's not about how much money can I make? Why would we not share something good with people? We all eat at a good restaurant. We all eat or we go see a good movie, or we go on vacation and we stay at a wonderful place like Diamond House. And I see Medicine is on here, where we stayed with him in Cape Town. And, we stay at a wonderful place. Why would we not share that with people? We do. But are we getting a cut back from them for sharing? Here, the founder and inventor has decided that this is how he's going to compensate us, by sharing with people and not putting it on the shelf at CVS, or not putting it on the shelf at Dis-Chem. He said to us,
Dis-Chem's in South Africa, for those
as word of mouth marketers, he said, go out, share this, and I will give you your 60%.
Yep, exactly.
60%.
And the company, when you understand becoming $1 billion company, literally, they're going to be paying out $600 million to people like you and I. They're going to become a multi-billion dollar company. And so when we tell people all the time, this company's been around for a long time. It's been around for 20 years, but now finally people are hearing about it because marketing people like us are like, you know what, we're going to talk to everything that moves. And I can't stop talking to people. We're just sharing it everywhere we go. So it's as simple as basically saying, you know what, I want to order this product. It's pretty simple. This is an order form that we have. The retail price, you probably hard to see this, but it's $150 retail for a 30-day supply, which is known as a sleeve of 30. So that's basically what people could sell for all day long, but we wanted to give it to everybody at the wholesale price. So it's basically $99, $95 or $100, basically a sleeve. And the way you do that is basically by buying at least 3 packs. So when you buy 3 packs and you want to do at least a 90-day run bare minimum, we tell people all the time, it's got a 30-day money back guarantee. But again, they said 97% of people notice a significant difference in the first 90 days. Sometimes it's not as much, as far as might be like 80, 85%, sometimes a little bit more for people that, once again, use it for only 30 days. And we want to give you the best results, because most people, sometimes it's just like going to a gym. They go to work out and they work out one time or a week or even 2 weeks, and they're like, oh, this isn't working. No, you got to give it time, just like this, anything else. Your body didn't end up that way, overnight. It's going to take some time to basically repair and stuff like that. So even my neck, I had no pain in my neck, but I still had stiffness in my neck. I couldn't turn my neck all the way. Within about 5-6 weeks, I had full mobility. Same thing with my hip. I couldn't believe it. I had full mobility right away, but my knee, I could still feel it in there, but it wasn't painful. And like, I could feel it as I was walking up and downstairs. Within a couple months, I couldn't even feel it anymore, because the stem cells were actually repairing that. So, but the rule of thumb is, for every decade that you're alive, you should be using at least 1 month's worth of product. So in this case, I'm 53, so I should be using it 5 to 6 months to see the full effect. So I tell people that all the time. But again, the reason they give the 30 money back guarantee is I want people to notice, but we have one patch wonders. A gal that just got started, she was one patch wonder and literally is almost a manager, probably a manager
She was
today.
probably a few seconds.
Yeah, it's amazing. So it's amazing what happens. So once again, for people say, just, I just want to try the product. And this is great. What we do is we help people, a husband and wife say, I just want to try the product. We say, great, let's get you this pack here. And then let's set you up with 2 sleeves auto ship, one for you, one for your wife. That's like for us. I get 1 sleeve a month. She gets 1 sleeve a month. I said, you don't touch mine, I don't touch yours. So I keep my sleeve myself. And what's funny about that is that for people who say, no, I really want to build a business, then we recommend the gold pack because you have to be at least at the gold level and above in order to take advantage of all the bonuses and things. You can't be a manager, at least if you're not a gold. Now we have some people that start as a silver and upgrade to the gold. It's the most fair program that you can upgrade and just pay the difference. You paid $300 here. This is $500. They basically pay $200 difference and they give you the other 2 sleeves. They even give you another sleeve of one of the previous products for free. But we said we are business. I mean, for us, we're like, I'm all in. I feel like I was at Vegas. I put all the chips and said, we're going to build this. We're going to help a ton of people around the world. And like I said, we're just getting started. And the interesting part about that is that once again, it was $1,600 investment, one of the cheapest investments in a business you could ever make. You can't even start a landscaping business for $1,600. But we made our money back in like 2.5 weeks. Why? Because we just started sharing it because we had product that we could say, tell you what we'll do. As a strategy, and I'll teach you this, is once again, we were told this, that this is a great strategy to use, is that tell you what, if you want to get started, we're going to get you registered, but what I'll do is I'll give you or lend you one of my sleeves today. And then what you'll do is when your sleeves come in, just give me one of your new ones back, if that makes sense. That way you can start today. And you want to start today, right? And people are like, well, yeah, of course I want to start today. Great. Then we get them registered. It's hard to do that when you have a silver pack. We had a diamond pack. We just started exchanging with people back and forth with people locally. And we started developing business internationally and they just got the product shipped to them. But what's cool about this is that we've made our money back because again, we started registering people. You make money from that too. You can make up to $500 by just registering someone. And again, there's a video that explains all this. I'm not going to go through all the details, but that's the third way to make money. It's a one-time bonus. But what happens here is that from this, we actually then get this we get 19 sleeves. So it's the cheapest price at $84. And then we're basically just on 2 sleeves auto ship. But what this also allows you to do is allows you to pull back basically the auto ship because you got enough product. They basically give you points over a 90-day period of time. So you don't even have to even order any product for 90 days. To us, we're like, that's even better. That's great. We saved money on that part and everything else. And so within the first month, we made like $2,800 the first month. We're making more than that per week now. So if you understand what can happen and how things can really grow, business can boom for you. And I'm very serious on this because we're talking to people all the time that right now they said the average household needs to make an extra $1,000 a month just to maintain their same lifestyle from 2 years ago because inflation has gone through the roof. So, and I'll tell you right now, it's not going to stop. And so I tell people all the time, you need to have some extra money coming in. And if you love the idea of what we call mailbox money, ours is money that just comes into our bank account every single Wednesday. That is something that's very cool. So what we do is tell people stay active. You just get on 1 sleeve auto ship. Basically, keep all your points that are being placed underneath you because you're going to have people that are placed underneath you. There's so much momentum that's going on right now. I had somebody we just talked to yesterday, and we said you have 149 people.
196 people.
196 people underneath her. She goes, how did that happen?
She said, I'm ready. What I need to do.
Yeah. And that's what we're doing, helping people do that and she just was buying the product. And so it's kind of cool what can happen.
Yeah.
So the easiest parts of this is we tell people get started, check out the information. If you want to see more about the compensation plan, go to our team site. thisisitteam.com. Did you catch something here? Everything is this is it. Why? Because this is it. The people that we're working with, Steve and Gina Merritt, had made over $50 million in another company. We're partnered with them. We're working with them. They're mentoring us. And the cool thing about that is literally they saw this and they said, this is it. This is what we pray for. For a year, they said they're praying for a product, a company to pray for favor with God. And literally they got over 140,000 people on their team in like 22, 23 months. I think so, 20, 21, 22 months. So if you understand the momentum of what can happen, it's pretty staggering when you understand people who say, you know what, I really want to bless people, and help people. So we really have a system that we use. It's called the Pro Strategy, where we basically patch people. We tell people, we want you to start using this. We want you to start experiencing this product. Once again, then revisiting with people, following with them, and then sharing the opportunity. And we share the opportunity with people all the time. So we've had people say, do you mind sharing this with my friends and my people? Absolutely, no problem. That's what we do. And the good part about that, there's other meetings on a daily basis, basically, that can help you do that as well. So really, now is time to make your move. I use this example. We had a very good view, very close to this, almost very, very similar when we were in Cancun. Beautiful view, everything else. It's one thing to see pictures of a place. Take pictures of a resort, beautiful, nice. The area of Cancun there is fantastic. The water is gorgeous. But then when you see videos, you're like, wow, this is amazing, pretty nice. But how many people know that pictures with 1,000 words? A video is worth 1,000 pictures, if you think about that. But then an experience is worth 1,000 videos. We want you to experience life on a different level, but we also want you to experience health at a different level. And this is something that I'm telling you right now is a game changer. We would not be talking to anybody about this if it hasn't changed lives around the world. And so to me, I just tell people, give it time. It might take 3 days, might take 3 weeks, might take 3 months. I don't know how long it's going to take. It's your body. The stem cells will prioritize where it needs to fix first. If you have a heart condition, it's probably going to help there first before it helps your shoulder. So that's pretty much it. So again, we love sharing this. So get back together with the people that actually invited you to come on here and share this information with them on how they can get started today. Because as soon as you get started, you'd be shocked at how fast things start growing underneath you. And then also, we want to help you hit these different ranks. We're having new managers, new directors, new senior directors like every week. It is growing by leaps and bounds. We just had a new executive director just happen a little over a week ago, literally a week ago Sunday. He actually qualified for Cancun and actually hit the executive level. He's going to be presidential and senior presidential very soon.
And we do want to congratulate Karen Portier,
yes,
who is on here and probably knows a lot more than we do about the phototherapy. I think her background, from what I understand, and I'd love to invite her on one of our Monday evenings, just to share a little bit from her perspective as a pharmacist. And Karen, I'll be reaching out to you, you know, just why the product, what she sees in it, and she just ranked manager. So congratulations. We're excited to have you on our team. And Johnny Prinsloo is your sponsor in this business, and Johnny's also a director already. But we also want to share that there are promotions happening.
So I'm going to share one more thing here.
Happening in what are you sharing now first?
I'm sharing the information on the different incentives.
So there's a lot to run for.
I don't know what's doing this. Come on.
For those of us, can I share?
Yeah, it's
Punta Cana.
Yes, I'm trying to get this off of here.
So for those of us that are in the USA and Canada, there is an incentive trip coming up in November to Punta Cana in Dominican Republic. The qualification period ends last day of August. You have from the 25th.
Yeah, I'm going to share this.
Okay.
I don't know why.
You're going to be able to open this?
I am. I'm trying to close this other one down and it's not allowing me to open everything else up. And I don't know why it's not doing that.
Okay.
And this thing keeps on blocking it. Sorry.
Well, we're going to be sharing this not just this week, but next week, Monday as well, because the qualification period is going to be starting right about then, and it ends the last week in April. But you want to get there. It's going to be paid all-inclusive resorts.
There we go.
Paid
there we go.
For those who make it. And it's also going to be, the flights are also going to be paid, but there's different qualifications. So we'll share more about that.
Let me do that right now. So hopefully everybody can see the screen. Good, you can see it. So what this is, that once again, this is for the US, Canada, I believe it is part of this. I think Mexico as well, I think is part of this incentive trips of North America. But this is the one, once again, Punta Cana, November 6th through 10th. If you see a video on this, there's a couple of videos I can share with you for those in the US. This is a massive property. That is the property. So if you understand, they've got, I think, like 19 big pools. They've got all kinds of different activities. They've got all these restaurants. It's all inclusive. So everything's included with there. And they're talking about the food, and a lot of inclusives are kind of okay. But like the food at this Hard Rock is absolutely phenomenal. So again, just a couple of pictures of the different, of the place, the location. Beautiful place to go. Again, those who are foodies, I think you're going to like all the different things. Like we even did in Cancun, we went to one of the hibachi place, which was awesome, which the food was fantastic. But just to be able to do all these different things, again, the rooms are fantastic. They're big, huge rooms. This is just an example of one. They've got all these different rooms for people that want to be a part of that. I'm going to bypass this because I'm going to go past this. But again, they have a form and a tracker. So if you're on here right now, either whether it's Punta Cana or Morocco, we're going to talk about Morocco in a second, scan the QR code there in the bottom, and you can actually download the tracker. This starts actually the 29th of April. And again, we want to get people even momentum starting now so that as April 29th happens, things start happening right away. But the one that's actually, that I'm very excited about is that, again, for those of you in Europe.
We're excited about all the free trips, but of course, for South Africa and Europe, my goodness, Marrakesh, Morocco, we've never been there. So we're hoping that we'll get an opportunity to go as well. But this is for those from Europe and from South Africa, same qualification periods. The paid vacation will take place between from the 7th to the 11th of November this year. and qualification starts next week, I believe.
Yes.
Through to the end of August, the first day of September. So you want to find out what it's going to take for you to qualify.
Yep, and we're going to go through that in a second. So if you scan this, it'll take you directly to the actual incentive for Marrakesh, Morocco. They haven't put that one out yet for Cancun, so people know about it, but some people don't even have the email yet for that. But this is a beautiful location. If you understand that the hotel there, the resort, absolutely gorgeous, amazing restaurants, amazing places all around them. If you love the idea of lounging by the pool, that's awesome. Once again, if you love the idea of a spa experience, this is their spa. So it's kind of amazing. You watch these videos that, once again, look up the hotel itself, and I'll talk more about that specifically. But again, picture yourself at this place. So rank advancement basically means that how you qualify, the one way that people qualify, if you're not a senior director yet, if you hit senior director, basically during this period of time from April 29th to September 1st, which is an 18-week, basically you got 4 months. So you got May, June, July, and August to hit senior director. Once you hit senior director and carry it for 6 weeks, meaning that the cutoff is going to be basically mid-July, if you understand that. But basically, you need to be qualified by then and carry for 6 weeks. The trip is paid for 2 flights. Everything's covered, and you're going to Morocco
and
on the company.
And this is for the trip Punta Cana, as well as for this qualification is the same. So those 6 weeks do not need to be consecutive, but just make sure that you have 6 weeks where you ranked as senior director. And then if you are on here and you don't know what this term senior director means, but somebody invited you to be on and you're saying, I would love to go on a trip, either Punta Cana or to Marrakesh, Morocco, then get with them. Speak with them. They'll be able to tell you if you're wanting to reach out to us, you've got our numbers. We will help you to understand this because we want you to win. Why not?
Yep, exactly. And so the other way to qualify is for some people say, well, I don't know if I could hit senior director, whatever. We all know you can, because that's what we've done, and we can help other people do the same thing. But if you earn 60 points, you get a trip for 2, but they'll just cover 1 flight. If you get 85 points, you basically get both flights taken care of. Now, the interesting part about this, we looked at this and said, oh my goodness, this is the best they've ever done. We've seen some of these incentive trips, and literally, when you understand enrolling people, they give you everywhere from basically a brand partner, silver is 1 point, basically with gold, 2 points. If you register a diamond, you get 4 points. Now, say you sign up a silver, and then you upgrade them to a diamond, you get 4 points. So it's pretty amazing. You get 1 point, 2 point, 3 points by actually upgrading people that are actually in. So we've had people that said, whoops. People said, well, what about the other ones? Well, if you rank advance, if we help you go manager, you earn 2 points there. You help you go director, that's 4 points. Those of you the manager, that's 4 points for director and also senior director. But if you help other people do this, so by helping other managers, directors, and excuse me, this is actually across the world. So if you help other people in other countries, they have their own incentive, but you can actually help them basically hit all these different levels anywhere in the world. So if you got people in the US, you got people in Europe, you got people in other places, it doesn't have to be within your necessarily country. So we got people on here that have teams that are at the country, that have teams here in the US. So you actually can help these people do this, and all these points add up. The one I can't see at the bottom, there we go. So manager, director, senior director, you get actually 1 point per month just by maintaining that.
So everybody can get there.
Yeah, that's 18 points from just that alone. So again, and then also executive presidential, senior presidential, you get 2 points. So if you hit that level and maintain that, you get 2 points per month. So you can get up to 36 points a month just for that.
Just to start.
I look at that, I go, we're there. It's a done deal. Now let's help as many people as we can. We would love to have over 100 people with us in Punta Cana and also in Morocco, because again, I think it'd be fun. So I'll pick on Anna for a second, but I'd love to be able to get on a FaceTime with you, and we're in Dominican Republic and you're in Morocco, and we're just FaceTiming each other while you're enjoying the time there, and we're enjoying the time there, just to be able to do that. I would love to be able to do stuff like that. So if you're a dreamer like we are, this is absolutely amazing. And again, there's the same tracker. I just put the name Marrakesh over the other one, but it's the same tracker that you can download. So if you haven't downloaded it yet, download this, scan it right now, take your photo, your camera out, basically scan it real quick, a little thing will pop up, click on that, and it'll basically pop up a site where you can download this tracker.
So this is part of this is a team that were in Cancun with us. You can see Steve and Gina, you can see us on that side. And some of them were actually still at sea because they had not come back from an
They had an
excursion.
excursion and they stopped. And so they had, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 people that were basically not even in this picture. They're part of Stephen G and his team. So we want to do a group picture like this.
And here's our brand new executive.
Yeah.
Josh and Paula.
Yes. So they're with us on that. So that's awesome.
So it was great to vacation with all our friends
Yeah.
and just have an amazing time. And at the same time, we were helping people to sign up diamonds and upgrade to diamond and sign up this. We were having meeting. We met with you last week, Monday,
Yep.
from Cancun. So you know what? This is a business that we are passionate about. It doesn't feel like this is not a job for us.
No,
This is
so
a passion.
This is so much fun.
And we love doing what we're doing. And we know that you will find the people that love to do this. And so whatever you need, we're available next week, Monday, same time, 7 p.m. South African time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard. I think some parts of Europe are 6, some parts are 7, but bring your friends, bring the people that you want a vacation with to this meeting.
Yes.
And let us share this with them.
Yes. So again, we love sharing this with you. We obviously our goal is to help you grow. So once again, I always say, let us know how we can help you grow, so we can actually help you get to the next level. We take our time and there's a lot of people that don't understand. Some people go, well, you're working awfully hard. I'm going, this is such compared to what I was doing as my job. This is cake. This is simple. So this is like such a blessing to help people and to be able to just be a blessing everywhere we go. So again, we appreciate you. We love you. We're praying for each and every one of you. We want to get to know each and every one of you, better. And I like to be able to, get to know you in person. And so it's so exciting that they get other incentive trips are going to be next year where all of us can be able to get together. The one this year we're qualifying for is actually for the Greek cruise. If you like that idea, that's something that they're actually going to be offering something like that next year again for a big incentive for all the people around the world. It's pretty cool. So again, super excited to be partnered with you. Again, get started, get registered, start tracking what we can do to help you grow. And again, we want to be a blessing to you guys. So otherwise, if you got questions, we got to jump on another meeting for some other people, helping them out, our European group, and we're going to be helping them out. But let us know what we can help you do in South Africa. Yeah, so we're going to help you guys any way we can. But bless you guys. Have an amazing week. And we will be talking to you real soon. So
and reach out if you need anything.
Yep.
We're here for you. So yeah, we are agreeing with you, Fontini and Michelle, and write your vision down. Write it down.
Yep.
When do you want to be senior director? What's
Yes.
the date? And let us help you get that done.
Absolutely. And at that level, just to let you know, when you're a senior director, typically a solid senior director is making a minimum of $1,000 a week residual. So we've seen that over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So if you like that idea of an extra $50,000, $60,000 a year growing every week, you literally could make 6 figures when you start doing that. So it's pretty cool. So otherwise, God bless you guys. Have an amazing, awesome day. And we'll be talking to you real soon. Bless you. Have a good day.
Thank you.